Um, so our relationship with Sky, for example, probably started about 4 years ago, and that was before our digital inclusion service was even around. So it kind of started off with a wee bit of volunteering from the local Glasgow office. Then I think they gave us a wee bit of money to put on a Christmas party. Then the relationship kind of snowballed, and they found out about our digital inclusion service, and it just so happened to coincide that they were wanting to put a lot of money into that sort of area. Um, so we were quite fortunate to be chosen as one of their first hubs in Scotland. Like this room here was paid for by Sky. So I think it was a little bit of right time, right place, but also just fostering that relationship from the very start, because although it just started off with volunteers here and there and maybe a couple of £100 here and there, it's just now really grown. And to be honest, if we didn't have a relationship with Sky, it would be a lot worse off. So yeah, I think it's just about fostering the relationships and keeping them up, because although it might corporate supporters might just send in volunteers now and then, down the line, maybe a year later or at Christmas, or if you're ever in crisis and needing some sort of bigger support money wise, then they're more likely going to be able to support you, which has kind of worked in our favour a few times. So we've got a partnership with Queen's Cross Housing Association. Um, so that started off when, probably about 3 years ago, when our staff was fully funded, we were able to go out and offer free support to Queen's Cross residents. And now that relationship has gone well. They now pay us to deliver a digital cafe each week. We've also got partnerships with like online safety organisations. So Cyber Fraud Centre Scotland, they routinely come in maybe once every 6 months into all of our drop-in sessions and digital cafes and just provide up-to-date scam awareness, what sort of cyber fraud is going on at the moment, what to look out for, and they do that for both service users and also for staff members as well. Our partnership with SCVO is great as well. It's just ongoing. They're a great support to us in terms of capital as well, staffing wise. They've given us a little bit of money for that, devices as well, which is a huge support, and also just the sharing of information. SCVO is quite a good focal point where I find that lots of different organisations doing digital inclusion work, our SCVO seems to be at the sort of centre of that, and it's really nice to kind of share ideas at different events, or more recently as well, the Digital Inclusion Advisory Group is great to be part of, and have already made some good connections with other organisations in Scotland. We, as well as our digital inclusion being about supporting people online, a big part of it is about reducing loneliness and isolation, making connections in community. So we've got some partnerships with some mental health charities, so Scottish Association for Mental Health and Glasgow Association for Mental Health as well. So routinely we have those organisations come in. So SAMH have been in a couple of times just to do sort of conversation cafes and getting conversation flowing just about mental health and what that means, and kind of reducing some stigma, and whilst also having a slight slant on being online and just sharing online resources that our service users can access. Then we've worked with GAMH as well to provide blocks of classes to their service users to just kind of build that connection with the two charities, and it's gone really well. And now those service users who joined our digital classes, some of them have gone on and been referred on to other services in our charity.